It's that time of year, everybody, where the pests are coming out. I did my little rendition of that last show. They're coming out. Watch out for these pests. We brought an expert going to tell us how you take care of such said pests. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Your Little Castle Show. We've got some cool swag we brought along here, too, from our guest, D&K Pest Control, pest-free homes and businesses, dnkpestcontrol.com, 314-941-0218. So with that, if you missed our first half-hour interview, you missed a lot. This young lady here, Lauren Campbell, has helped me to understand the importance of taking care of these critters because they get everywhere. I don't know anybody that says, no, I've never dealt with pests and rodents. I've never dealt with that. They get everybody. Mm-hmm. And then it's a matter of how do you best deal with these. She gave us some great advice, some great tips with the support from Kevin and Mike, or here in the studio. You can hear them from time to time. I call them out to help me understand this whole thing. But with that, let's get into it. Tell me then, what is the biggest mistake that the average homeowner makes? I've got a couple things I'm thinking about, but I want to hear from our expert, Lauren.
I think just going with the first person you call. I think with anything that you do, you need to call around and do your due diligence, get pricing, and they don't realize that you can find companies that don't require you to sign a contract.
Yeah, how many people they're like, oh yeah, we got to get this done, sign this for 12 months, and there's no ins or outs, and you're gonna do this, and people are like, may not have that big of a problem. Mm-hmm. Might another issue be that some people, they don't treat the problem until it's far too far along, and then they're like, holy cow, why is that segment of my porch falling off?
Yeah,
it just looks like it rotted, and that was actually termites or something like that. How often do people neglect this and don't pay attention to it?
Yeah, there's a lot of problem. For instance, people with roaches. Roaches are a big problem. They may see one and don't think it's a big problem, but roaches multiply very quickly, and as soon as you see one, you definitely need to get it treated.
Now, what do roaches do? What are the damaging part of what they do? I know they carry a lot of germs, but what else do they do? Do they destroy things?
They don't necessarily destroy things. They just consume. They can infest all of your appliances, so where you would have to get all new appliances, which is very costly. If you would have just called us the first time you saw one, we could have treated it right away, but now all your appliances are infested, and now you have to get all new appliances.
You don't want that to happen, everybody. They build a whole, that becomes their habitation, right? They make a
and
nest
they just continue to multiply.
Roaches multiply like roaches.
Yeah, they lay a lot of eggs and produce very quickly. I think every 30 days.
Every 30 days, they can. How many eggs do they lay?
See, depending on the temperature.
If it's cooler or hotter, it's faster or slower.
Okay, the warmer Mike's giving us some great feedback here. These roaches will grow, multiply based on the temperature, and so now St. Louis is notorious for having very hot summers, so they duplicate more quickly. You're saying, and then they infest, and then they cause things to break and things to fall apart, and that's where you don't want to have an appliance because it got gunked up. What's stuck inside my appliance? What's going on there? I didn't let any food in down there or whatever it might be. It's because these roaches, they will go down there. Mm-hmm. And roaches are kind of like mosquitoes. They don't have many friends, right?
No.
Okay. Whoever said they were a friend of I got a good friend. His name's Zach Roach, okay? But he has nothing to do with roaches. It just so happens his last name is Zach. Shout out to you, buddy. But yeah, just because your name, you have no affinity or a particular, he doesn't even like roaches themselves, I don't think. But all right, well, we want to take care of these problems because these are something that you don't want to just ignore because it will become a much bigger problem. Do you do residential and commercial, or is everything residential? Or tell me where you
No,
work?
We definitely do both residential and commercial. We love to take care of businesses as well.
So then, yeah, I say with regard to businesses, they might have a bigger problem because this affects the way that they do business. If you've got customers complaining and saying, what's going on over here? This is something I didn't anticipate. You got to get in there.
Absolutely.
Mike's running over to take care of that one on the quick and hurry because that'll affect the business's business.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, for instance, we do some eye centers, and they saw some bugs one day and called us, and we went the very next day and was able to treat them.
Yeah, well, again, back to how often, what are the most popular bugs that infect businesses? I guess the same ones that get homes. What do you see a lot of?
Yeah, I know we see a lot of crickets, but basically the same thing that homes, some roaches, but we don't want that problem in businesses. That's very bad. But
Right.
yeah, essentially the same bugs that are in your homes affect businesses as well.
Okay. How often are mice a problem? I guess mice, they're always looking for food, right? Or a safe place to sleep. You see, they always shred whatever it was. I've seen this before. Trust me. Don't ask me where. But we've seen this. But why are mice such a problem very often?
I found a lot of mice problems that we have and customers that call us are backed up to woods or woodsy areas.
Aha.
So you can have traps outside and inside, which is what I would recommend for those.
Yeah. So, yeah. And if you've got what kind of traps do you need for that? Or is this something other people got? But again, do you have more of a professional grade that you offer because you obviously have special licensing and
Yes, you can of course buy the ones that you buy at the store that is snap and do things like that. But we have stations that open up that we put bait inside that the mice will come across.
And these are more professional. They'll handle it a little more efficiently and not leave that. How many times have you ever done the mice traps, everybody? We've done them. And then you got mice
Snapped, and then you got to clean it up.
things. It's gross. You don't want that. But you've got something that kind of hides them. And they come into a little chamber and then they go away and they basically go to micey heaven. Is that what happens?
Yes.
Is there heaven? How do such critters have heaven? I don't know if that's possible. I'm sure there's not one for the roaches or the mosquitoes. But for mice, there might be a heaven for them.
There may be.
Give them a little. They're a little more closely related to humans, I guess, right? At least for. Oh boy, we get into a weird discussion there. But a little bit more of a heart we have for our mice. But they are annoying, and they will eat and chew on things. What are the biggest problems that mice often cause people?
I mean, no one likes to see a mice or mouse crawl anywhere. It scares them.
Grown men run
But
away
eating
from them.
holes into their wall and then getting them inside their walls, that's the hardest one.
Okay, yeah, and then eating. I guess they'll chew furniture and all.
Yeah.
It can ruin furniture.
Yes.
The biggest one is seeing holes in your food in the pantry.
Okay, so they get into the pantry, and then they say, "Oh man, we got a smorgasbord here," and then they know how to sniff that stuff out, and then they go to mice heaven before they go to mice heaven. I got you. All right. Well, Mike knows how to take care of those guys too. Kevin makes sure that everybody knows about it and gets the word out there. Good job, Kevin. All right. Tell me then, what do you like most about the St. Louis market and what we do here as a city that's kind of united and get to know each other and everybody kind of knows everybody, what high school they went to. We talked about that a little bit.
Yes.
But what do you like about St. Louis?
Like I said, I grew up here. I love, like you said, it's small town, but yet everyone knows each other. You get to build relationships, networking. You never know what you can come across with who you speak to.
Yeah, and as far as doing business, it's a great town because if you're doing a good job, is the word spread for that too, and you're getting a lot of word of mouth business?
Absolutely. We have a referral program that if you refer someone and they book a service with us, your next spray is either $25 off or we can send you $25, whatever you prefer.
There you go, a little referral program. You get some friends out there, you get 25, 25, 25.
Yeah.
So you might be trying to find some bugs that you got to make sure. Don't plant bugs in people's houses, but if you go to the house and visit as a friend, you might point it out
Right.
if you see it there. But how often do you see somebody who's got bugs or whatever, and they may not have even realized it? Hey, we got to point these things out to our friends and our neighbors to make sure that they do not end up with a permanent problem. Well, I can imagine by now you guys have been doing this for so long. Give me an example of a client that had a problem. They may not have know how to deal with it, but you really went out of your way to help them with this particular problem.
Okay. Yeah, we had a client that had drain flies.
Another one, we haven't heard about that one. Go ahead, drain flies.
Yeah,
okay.
drain flies. So in any of our services, we spray all the drains, but you never know, like gnats and drains fly and things. So we just went in there. They didn't know where it was coming from. We were able to spray all their drains and handle the drain fly issue that they were having.
Yeah, so drain flies, I guess every creature, it needs a source of water typically.
Correct.
So around the drain, just enough precipitation there will allow that. And these flies, they get known as drain flies because that's where they hang out. And they're kind of annoying because they like, do they bite? The drain flies bite? Or are they the ones that just kind of flutter around you?
They just float
and
around.
you're always swatting yourself going, get that off of me. What is that thing? I didn't realize it. How many different types of bugs are there? I guess there's got to be 1,000 different types of pests that come out there. Gosh, can we run out of pests? None of them have friends.
None of them have friends.
We've already talked about this. They don't even get along with anybody else. But they find a way to, and God has a place for them in our little ecosystem. They proliferate to exist, but we just don't need them inside of our houses or inside of our sleeping quarters.
We need that peace of mind.
That peace of mind where you can get a good night's sleep and not have to deal with these guys so often. But very often you end up with people who have these issues, and you've got to go there and do the. Is there testing that gets done, or how do you figure out what they've got? Is it just by identifying it, by walking around? You look for feces, I guess. A lot of times you see. These some of the
Drain flies?
any kind of pest.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you just look for just sources of anything that could look out of normal.
Okay, sources for anything that looks out of normal. And if you see little droppings, especially the mice, I know they're known for that.
Absolutely.
Those mice, those little brown things, those aren't little chocolate tablets. Don't pick those up. They're not going to taste good. But never done that. But I could say those are something that you definitely don't want to, because they're also full of germs and whatever, and they bring a lot of bugs and all those things around, don't they? Well, tell me, as a business owner, somebody who's been doing this for a while now, what's one of the biggest challenges you've had to overcome to maintain a successful business? Obviously, you've made it, but tell me a big challenge you've dealt with, and especially when you're taking over another company. Was that a big challenge there?
Yeah, it was, like I mentioned, challenge is building our relationship with those customers, but we also just implemented and got a new software for our business. I was doing everything manually through spreadsheets and everything, and we got a new software, so converting and doing everything that, it was very nice and helpful, but it was a challenge and a process to start it and do everything.
Yes, there we go. Our beloved software, our CRM, Client Relationship Management, that now you've got everybody in one database. But the hard part was getting everybody into the database, I guess, right?
Yeah, converting it over.
And you had to get your CSV files and spreadsheets and input them in there.
Yes,
and import those. See, I've done this before. But yeah, that's a tedious task. But now that you've got that implemented, now you can better manage everything. Has it made your life a lot easier?
Yes, time management. We have an automated system that people can confirm their own appointments. I don't have to make as many calls every month. We have much more time to do other things.
Yes, and getting people scheduled, I guess, is one of the biggest, most tedious tasks, but also those reminders.
Yes.
We have some software, too. Did you get an alert from us that says,
yes,
and your appointment is in 1 hour, or your appointment is tomorrow? Those are nice little things, and these computer nerdy things can do that. So you've caught up with
I've caught up with the times.
The times, the technology, because there is a need for this kind of software that obviously will implement and make things. What's your favorite feature of all the techie stuff that you use that you enjoy most?
I think that the text reminders, and they can confirm, or if they need to reschedule, they can click a button, and I'm like, oh, this is so much easier than me having to make a million phone calls.
That's true, and that'll make it a lot easier. Click the button, everybody. For those of you who are afraid of this, don't be afraid. It just says right there, click right here. Yeah. It'll open a little browser or pop up on your phone, and you can say reschedule, and you can say make it Friday instead of Tuesday at 3:30 instead of noon, and it's easy for everybody. And then they don't have to spend any. It's good for them too, because now they don't have to do another phone call to say and coordinate and do this. I'm talking to my mom more than anybody. Mom, catch up with the 90s here. We've got a lot of technology. They've named the building after my mom. She's done very well, but got to catch up with the technology that has an impact on our little community. Well, with that, we've got another superhero we were working with out in the community, my friend Brittany, who has cerebral palsy, but she is conquering the world, and she's got a great cause for bringing awareness to that disease and what she's doing to overcome it. So we're going to bring a little bit about what she's doing in our little planet right here. Stay tuned for this.
Everyone, Carter Rethwish, Cardinal Cowboy here. We're sitting with our superstar guest, Brittany McAllister. Brittany, how are you doing today?
Good.
Well, we wanted to sit down with a superhero, somebody who's got superpowers. So we picked you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Brittany has proven so much what is possible if you just keep on pushing, never give up, and never give up and keep going, all right? Do you just keep going, Brittany?
Yeah.
So Brittany has cerebral palsy, and she's been adopted by a friend of mine. So Brittany was originally adopted by her aunt because her mother couldn't take care of her. And then as Aunt Deborah got older, she said, hey, I want some help. And so your sister now has become your legal guardian. What's it like having Jennifer as somebody you get to hang out with? You like that? Is that fun for you to have Jennifer as your helper? and as your helper around? So what is the most fun you get to have with Jennifer?
Be on TV.
To be on TV, how are we going to make that happen? I know somebody. Well, we're just really excited to interview you because you're a superhero who has accomplished things most people cannot. You've been through some major challenges, and here you are, proving to the world what's possible. Is that right? So what's it like being a superhero?
Good.
Does it make you feel good? Well, tell me, what do you enjoy? What do you do for fun with your adopted mom, with your big sister? What do you do with Jennifer for fun?
Nothing.
You do all kinds of fun things. What's your favorite thing to do?
Dance.
Go to bingo.
You go to bingo. You go dancing. What other things do you do? Do you have a favorite team? Do you like bowling too?
Yeah.
Are you a good bowler?
Yeah.
Where did you learn about bowling?
On a bullet team.
On the bowl team. Well, we're really excited. We're gonna do a little dedication to you, and with somebody like yourself who's proven so much of what's possible. You do have some medical challenges in life and some medical bills. So if you would like to sponsor Brittany and support her, click on the link you'll see here on this page and offer a little donation to become a supporter of Brittany. We've got a new organization we're starting here, and we might be calling it Cardinal Cowboy Crusades.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle Show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner, to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you, and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there is no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. So there you have it, everybody. Technology's changed the way the world functions. Pick up our book, Magnetize Media, #1 seller on Amazon. Yours truly wrote the foreword. Lots of great information about how technology really changes the way we do things. We talked a little bit about technology the first part of the show because we have an expert here who's got the technology. Lauren really understands it's the CRM you've got that helps you to manage the business. But how has technology changed the way you guys do marketing? Kevin's your marketing guy, right?
Yes.
And why is it, first off, let me ask you, what's the significance of the duck as kind of your mascot?
So, like I mentioned, how we took over, I had my mother passed away, but she always wanted to see the ducks walk out at the Peabody Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
And she unfortunately was not able to, so that is why we made our mascot the duck. For the ducks that walk out at the Peabody Hotel in Memphis.
Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, I've been to Memphis, but I think we're going down through Memphis here in a couple of weeks too. But I played some baseball down there. But they've got that famous, the ducks.
Peabody
they go from
Hotel.
the people. That's right, the Peabody. They come from the top, come down the elevator.
Yes, go out on a red carpet. Yes, and my mom always wanted to see it, so that's why we made our little guy a duck.
Your mascot's a duck, and there it is on your logo on the website and
Yes.
on everything that you've got. Well, then how has media helped you? Just getting a website, getting social media. These are important things. You guys do some other things that are cool in the neighborhood too. You've got coasters and some swag here. Show me a little bit about what you've got that you brought into the studio to
Yes,
show
so
off.
we have these little ducks that have our business card with our QR code that takes you to the website. So whenever we see
Hold that up just a little bit higher. There you go.
whenever we see Jeeps, we put them on their Jeeps and duck the Jeeps.
There you go.
And it has that D&K Pest Control.
All right.
We have coasters that we made that we put at restaurants and bars and
Hold that up
bowling
a-
alleys.
Hold it up real close. There you go. Keep push forward straight. There you go. And a little to your right, to your left. There you go. There you go. And they can scan that QR code very likely right there, everybody.
Yes.
All right.
So we put them in businesses and places that allow us to for free advertisement.
And then you got pens and some little mailers.
Pens, yep, and little postcard mailers.
Everything. There you go. So there's more than just the interwebs and websites anymore. Everybody, you can get nicely. I carry these. It's very similar to this. I did for a long time with a picture of the Cardinal Cowboy on the field at Busch Stadium, handles out to people. But that's great. Lots of good information on there for everybody too. Okay, so you guys have got to handle on this marketing thing a little bit. Business is doing well. Tell me the process. You've got a lot of people now that are going, I want to hire you guys. What's the process? How does somebody hire you?
Well, you can reach us by 3 ways. You can call us at 314-941-0218, or you can go to our website and schedule a service, or word of mouth. Our customers refer us, and we get referrals that way.
There it is. Look at that. Fill out the form right here, and they will be in touch with you in just a few minutes. The automations, the technology has really made it much more efficient for us to get the word out, and a great looking, you got a good start there on your Instagram, and now the website there. That button, a click, boom, goes right into your CRM. You're going to get a reminder. They're going to get an update, and they can get coordinated with you right there through your website in just in a few minutes.
Yes.
And then normally you schedule it out from there. Do you talk to them, or do you send them a link, or let them use a calendar? Any one of those ways?
So I usually schedule them, talk to them to schedule their initial one to make sure, based on where Mike is that day, he's in that area and can treat them, or time and day that'll work from them. And then it's auto. If they want it every 6 months, we can just set it up and they'll get the reminder, and then that's when they can either confirm or need to reschedule.
And so they got that automated process. You can even reschedule right there through the link from your software.
Yes.
And not even you don't have to even talk to a human being if you don't want to.
Correct.
Even though Lauren would be, you always want to give Lauren a call. She's very friendly and a pleasure to work with. Tell me then, what's the biggest question people have for you? Is everybody always concerned with cost? What do you often have people ask you about?
Yes, the cost.
The cost.
That is the number one question, is the cost. And I think what helps us get our business is we keep our costs low, because we really want to take care of our community and our customers. And then again, our no contracts. We don't have a startup fee. We don't make you sign a contract. So if you need us once, that's fine. Or if you like us regular maintenance, we can do that too.
There you have it, everybody, and something straight and to the point and easy to get started. And no contracts. That's really important, because so many of us are going, I'm not signed up for a 2-year deal. I don't need this for 2 years. You can take care of the problem. How often do you see the problem is taken care of, and you might be able to say to them, hey, we don't need that next treatment. We've got the issue taken care of for you right now.
And honestly, doesn't happen very often.
Okay.
If they do the initial one, they like to do the at least twice a year.
Okay.
Because like I said, pests are really bad in fall, or
Pests don't take a break just because you treat them.
exactly.
Okay.
But there are some that just once a year, or just once. They just need it one time, and that's fine. But it doesn't happen very often.
Okay. Yeah, because pests are more persistent than that. They're coming around to take more than one shot at you.
Yeah.
They're not here to make it that easy for you. Well, tell me what ultimately gives you the most satisfaction about what you get to do here.
I think pleasing our compassion for customers, and that's what drives us, making a difference in their lives and having them have peace of mind from our service.
Yeah, when you've relieved a big problem for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Very often, this is something they're going, why do I have all these annoying pests around here? Somebody help me. And you're causing that problem to go away.
Yeah.
And you deal with every type of bug out there. But is there one in particular that stands out most in St. Louis? I say my probably least favorite is the mosquito because they kind of hurt. They burn a little bit. We don't like the mosquito bites. Ants are kind of annoying, but not as big a problem. What other mice annoying too? What's the biggest one or is it a personal thing for you?
I think in the summer, honestly, is ants. Ants are a pest for sure, so to speak.
Yeah, and we're not talking about your aunt, like, and your uncle. We're talking about the little critters that walk across the picnic table, and they're stealing your food. And once ants get into your food, you can't eat that food after they've eaten off of it.
No.
It's become infected. It could cause you to lose a lot of your favorite foods that you love that you might only eat during the summer, and cause a lot of issues that way. Well, I want to give one more quick review of the website because I notice on here you've got your services, and it talks a little bit about here the specifics, and so we can get on there. Oh, the beloved spiders. But how often are the spiders the biggest problem that people have? They draw those crazy webs all over the place.
Yeah.
And tell me why spiders are such a nemesis.
Like you said, they create those webs so when Mike is servicing, he has something that will make sure he knocks down all the webs for you as well. But they get in, they don't like the cold, they like to get in, get in small crevices and you won't even notice them.
Yeah, spiders can get just into about everywhere. I also noticed we did a review of the reviews on the first show, but they've got a nice place on the website here too. If you go over to the reviews button on the top right there, you can see some awesome reviews that they will highlight right here, right on their website. And there is just a list of those coming right from the Google reviews, it looks like. So they make it easy for you to leave a review too, and a lot of great information there to share. But here's the About page, a little bit of the fun you have with everybody that works for you. Is that a little bit of the history of the
So those are pictures of my mother and Karen in the background, the D and the K.
Okay. And a little bit about the business there. What D&K means to us as a company. And then there you go. You can learn a little bit. What is a duck and why that is of significance. But right here it talks about in February last year, Debbie went up to heaven. And now we wanted to carry it on, the business, because in her memory, and well established. You said for 50 years been around. That's incredible. Lots of good stuff you do there. What do you feel like you do most to contribute to the community?
Just with our the way we treat our customers and our service, like I said, we're customer driven, and then when we see blessing boxes that are out that have food for other people to go into, we make sure we treat those as well because we don't want the food in there to be infested. We did come across one that had a lot of ants, so we made sure we treated it and replenished and took care of that.
Lots of great stuff they're doing in the community here, everybody. But if you're looking for a good company that's well established, been around, and they're taking on to carry on the torch after 50 years and now going on into 3 years with your own management of the company and some great help from, say hi, Kevin, Mike, give it up here. Hey, you hear those guys. And Lauren, thanks everybody. Stay tuned. You're watching the Your Little Castle Show. Giddy up.